Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Sunday morning, so it's time for my Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Helt. I'm in Melbourne, in Australia. We're still in lockdown, so crafting is what you need to be doing. It's a cold day here today. We've got winter and it's arrived with a vengeance. So my card today is bright, happy colours, which is what you need for a cold day in lockdown. Here's what we're going to be doing. And this card is a little bit different because it's got a different front closure. So that's actually holding the card closed. To open it, we just need to pull it out. That's going to sit across the front. And closing it again, you need to lift that up and just pop the front underneath it. The products that I'm using today is for my sentiment, I'm using the Elegantly Said. You want something that's got a sort of smaller sentiment. You don't want something that's going all the way across because you want space for your butterfly. I'm using the Brilliant Wings dies. So that's the smallest butterfly, and that's one of, I guess, the middle-sized ones. And I'm using one of my Layering Circles dies. The DSP is the Impressions in Art DSP. If you haven't seen this DSP, it is beautiful. It's got lots of these sort of splotchy, watery background images and stylized flowers. That's the back of it. These ones where it looks like it's very white, it's actually got your color across the center. For this one, I've used this piece of DSP, and for my butterflies, I've actually cut the butterflies out of the DSP. So I really like doing this, where if you just put your butterflies onto your multicolored DSP, you're going to get the effect that the butterflies, if I bring that closer, just have this this look where you've just got a multitude of colors on the butterflies, and depending on where you put down the butterflies on the paper, you're going to get more of one color than the other. So that one there's got a lot more green in it, whereas the same little butterfly here has got a lot more pink. And then the only other thing that I've used here is the embossing folder. So this is the greenery embossing folder pack. This one's got the leaves going up and down, and that one's got leaves more in the one direction. So I've used that one for the card. Okay, so starting with the base of the card. My base is my normal height, 14.9 centimeters, but the width is 18.5 centimeters, and it's scored at 10.5. So if you're using inches, that's your 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and scored at 4.25. What I then did is I've taken my embossing folder and putting it on the shorter piece. I've just put the folder so that it's lined up against that score line. It doesn't want to go in because I need to match it up now. Okay, so it's lined up against the score line, and I've then run it through my cut and emboss machine. So I've got that embossing on the front. And then we can fold that along that score line and give it a bit of a crease. My insert for the card is my standard size insert, so 14.4 centimeters by 10 centimeters. If we're working in inches, that would be 4 inches by 5.25. And I'm taking a strip of DSP, which is 14.4 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters. 5¼ by 1 inch, and we're going to stick that down the side. So it's the same length as my cardstock, and when I say cardstock I mean insert, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of a border on the edge. Okay. That looks good. And we can then stick this onto the inside of the card. So when that closes, it's going to just slightly sit over the edge of the DSP. Then my strip here for the sentiment piece is the normal width of my card, so that's 10.5 centimeters, and it's by 2.5 centimeters. If we're working in inches, that would be your 4¼ inches by 1 inch. And I'm going to cut a little bit off the edge. Now, because it's the same length, well, the same length as the card going that way, it doesn't matter how much you cut off, depends on how long you want it. So no measurements here, just cut a bit. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto that cut side of that strip. And hold your breath and hope it's straight. Close enough. Then I've cut my layering circle out of the mint macaron cardstock in this case. So all of these colors are colors that are in this Artistic Impressions what is it called? Sorry, forgot the name. Expressions in Ink. It goes with the Artistic Expressions suite. So that one was polished pink, that's mint macaron, and of course the pale papaya this side. Putting some glue on about half of the sentiment strip, and we're going to put that it's more or less in the middle of the DSP. Oh, getting my words all confused today. The middle of the circle. And then we're going to cut off the edge using the edge of the circle as our guide for where we're cutting. There we go. This is a really easy card, and once you've got all your pieces cut and embossed, it's very, very quick. Okay, now just kind of eyeballing where I want the sentiment to be. So roughly there will be good. I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm putting 3 dimensionals just to make sure that we're going to hold it there. Remember, you are going to have a bit of pull on that circle when we're opening and closing the card all the time. And then after trying to stamp the sentiment straight, we're going to try and get the strip straight when we put this down. There we go. There. My butterflies, I'm putting the little one here. Now, if you wanted a bigger butterfly, you could put it, but because that was then interfering with my sentiment, I decided to go with a smaller butterfly on the strip there. And all I'm doing is putting a bit of glue behind the body. I'm quite happy for the wings to still be floating. And the same with this one. I've just noticed that I've got one little piece here. Oh, no, it's gone. It looked like there was one little bit that hadn't popped out. Okay, it's gone now. So we'll have that butterfly flying amongst the leaves over there. And of course, every card needs some bling. So these are the sequins from the Expressions in Ink Ephemera pack that comes with these sequins, and it's got these sheets of cutouts. So the one side is white and the other side is gold. That makes it just put it on your card and you've got a pretty finish without a lot of effort. And these sequins are adhesive back, so it means that they're easy to stick. And that's it. That is our card done. As easy as that. Fun happy card with that front closure. Like I said, these are some of the different colors that is in that pack. Which color do you like best? Mint macaron, polished pink, or pale papaya? Give these cards a go. They're fun, they're quick, and I think that I would enjoy getting one of those if it was my birthday coming up soon. Have a good Sunday, and I will see you next week. Remember to let me know which color you like. See you then. Bye.